This launch is one of two operated by the Water Police in Newcastle. One of its main tasks is rescue work of the scores of craft, both large and small, that run into trouble in the waters in the north. In charge of the launch is Sergeant Ken Price of the Water Police. After 14 years in the job, he's heard many and varied stories of incidents at sea, most of which he says could have been prevented. Are there any major causes for these boating accidents?
I suppose there are two main causes would be ignorance and ignorance of facts of things that they should do before they go, and probably carelessness at sea.
Well, what safety precautions would you recommend they do take?
Well, there are many things that people should do prior to going to sea. They should inform their relatives or friends as to when they are going, when they're coming back, just approximately where they're going to. This is very important for when we have to go to look for them. If we can get this information, it naturally saves a lot of time. Then, of course, there's so much equipment they've got to carry on the boat. This is for their own safety. This is something that's very necessary, I feel.
What kind of safety precautions would you recommend, in the line of equipment?
Well, firstly, the boat should be equipped with an anchor, or several anchors if they can possibly do this, an ample line. This is something that they can't carry too much. Plenty of rope on a boat. Sea anchors, ground equipment as we call it. They should carry water, they should carry food. Another thing they should carry too is flares. These can be purchased at many of the boating shops. This is what they call a hand flare. This is ignited by just pulling this off. That burns at 20,000 candle power for a duration of about 40 seconds. This one is what they call a parachute flare. You take both ends off. It's more or less similar to a skyrocket. It's a flare that goes into the air. It opens a parachute automatically. It has about a burning power of about 40,000 candle power. It goes up to about 1,500 feet, and naturally this is something that can be seen from a great distance and could guide us or anybody else to the rescue.
Well, what about radios?
Yes, well, this is something, of course, radio is costly, but if at all possible, I feel that, well, all the boats that go to sea should carry some form of radio. Now, there are so many different types of boats. If you go into the large cruiser type, well, this isn't necessary. They must carry a radio. But when you look at the other small runabout boats that we're getting so many that are going out of Newcastle at the present time, they can equip themselves with small walkie-talkies. There is a club in progress now in Newcastle called the Newcastle Blue Water Fishermen's Club. In this, I understand there's about 70 to 80 boats on radio now in this club. They're completely organised. When they go out on a fishing competition each day, they sort of have to radio in on their sheds. They're all accounted for at the completion of each day, and everybody has this safety precaution.
Well, what do you think about people who go out alone in their boats?
Well, this is something that's very, very foolish, and nobody should ever venture outside the heads in a boat with one person in it. Always, preferably, I don't feel that they should go out with young people on board. I always feel that there should be at least two men or two adults at least in a boat.
What about very basic stuff like life jackets? Do you think all boats do take these that go to sea?
I know there are boats that don't take these going to sea, and unfortunately there's nothing we can do about it, but we advise everybody and we try to assist everybody in this regard, and this is a must. You should always carry at least a life jacket for each person that's on the boat.
Do you think most people know about how to handle trouble if they get into it?
No, I feel not. A lot of it is just common sense, but unfortunately a lot of times with these boating accidents a bit of panic gets into the eyes of these people, and they sort of do things where they wouldn't probably do them if they sort of could sit down and think about it for a moment. There are many things I feel that we here at the Water Police, we all undergo a course at the Newcastle Technical College in coastal navigation. I feel this is something that everybody in the boating fraternity, particularly with cruisers and like, they should undertake this course. It's conducted once a year. They enrol at the Newcastle Technical College. It's quite reasonable in cost. But this coastal navigation, it not only teaches these people what to do and how to find their way along a coast, it shows so many things that people that are not aware that are there for the benefits of these people. And also, they also teach them a lot of rules and regulations and safety rules and regulations, and I feel it's a must for anybody that has a cruiser.
What about the seaworthiness of boats that go out to sea from here in general?
Oh, I think generally they're okay. It's probably where some people get into trouble. It's not so much the seaworthiness of the boat. It's like driving a motor car across a very rough country road. If you try to do this at 60 miles an hour, well, you strike trouble. And I think probably a lot of times that people do go out in these small craft and they just more or less think they're in the Queen Mary or something like this, and they drive it as such. They even load them as such. We'll see them go out here sometimes, a little tiny thing of only a few feet, and there's 3 and 4 adults with about 3 and 4 inches of freeboard, and we always endeavour to sort of get along with these people and just say, well, look, you better turn around and go back because you are unsafe.
Now, together these flags mean there's going to be rough weather. Does it mean this is going to be even worse the further out you go?
Well, with winds coming off the shore, the further you get away from the shore, the higher the seas are and the rougher it gets. And people are inclined to forget this point, and they get out. They like to get out. It's quite easy to get out, but it's very hard to get back sometimes.
Do you think people take notice of these flags you fly as they leave the harbour?
From what we see down here, we don't think so. There's quite a few fellows go to sea that shouldn't go to sea. We had a sample this morning of the cutter shepherded one boat back into harbour. Police launches out at present, although they should take notice of them. They're put there for public service, and they're shown for the benefit of all concerned who want to use them. Couldn't they go ahead and there, please?
Your message 1332, your message 132. Please, missing person, family, message 4, missing person, family, get away, leave the
Car 41-1 to Wharf Road, Newcastle, re an assault. Information Newcastle at 10:30.
41-1, received that message. We're on our way now. We'll be there in about 5 minutes. edge, you think?
Oh, just saw it.
Something there. Don't know what that could be.
Have another look underneath.
Yeah, well, there's his head.
You watch it seems like it's down that hole again. Yeah, it doesn't give you much time, does it?
41-1 to Waratah. Could we have a scientific car to Wharf Road near the railway crossing east of Newcastle Railway Station, please?
This is where I've located the box room. I could be associated with the information at one stage. I now with this. We've had a look around the area. We found there's this here. It's between close back here.
Definitely got blood stains on it, Jim. I think it's got hair as well.
Has it?
We'll leave it with you and we'll go and make these other inquiries and we'll see back in a couple of days and we'll go.
Okay, we'll do that.
Thank you.
Cheers, Jim. Cheers, mate.
Phil's got a fingerprint job for you.
Where'd that come from, eh?
Break and enter at Cook Hill. They got in, took the petty cash out of that. It's been shifted from a cupboard to the table. Look, see if there's any prints on it for us.
Could have been possibly handled by your pen.
Yes, we think so. Okay. I'll leave it with you.
Okay,
Thanks, Phil.
I'll let you know how to get on.
See you.
You there, Max?
Yeah, Bill.
I've got some good prints on here. But first of all, you'll have to get the owners of the premises to come in, and I'll have to examine their fingers also, because naturally enough they would have touched this bottle. And if these fingerprints here, which I've developed, they're pretty good. They don't belong to the owners, then we can be fairly sure that these are the offenders.
Well, when do you want the owner in?
Oh, well, at his convenience. Get him to
I'll be
ring
there and see
ring
him and
the
see if
station.
he can come in this afternoon.
Right, Adam.
Okay. Thanks, Bill.
Yes.